guys and gals, never here from Drake Green Game, and a subbing on Twitter, the gaming drag. Today I'm coming back at you with a Let's Play episode of Tennessee Shuichi's Path. So y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back into it, shall we? Alarm chain, we're up, and let's go. Ah, crap. My eyes are starting to burn. Stupid college people. Stupid sensei. Did you have to talk about this with me now? What the hell is this? What kind of a sick sense of humor does the world have to throw this at me now of all times? It's not fair. It's not fucking fair. Iwichi, I'm back. But, Mom, I answer, my voice catching in my throat and coming out as a strained bark. Is everything okay? I think I'm gonna throw up. I'm coming inside. Duh. Sweetie? Hey, Mom. What's wrong? You're sweating heavily. I'm fine. I can't let her worry about me too much. She's got too much on her plate already. You don't look fine. It's okay. I just got a bit woozy for a second. I think because I didn't have breakfast. That's not good. I'll go downstairs and whip up something for you to eat real quick. Do you want me to help you down the stairs? I got you crutches. Just the crutches are fine, thanks. I'd rather do it on my own. Are you sure? Yes. Gosh, you worry too much. It's just my knee that's a bit banged up. The rest of the injuries are pretty much healed already. Okay, I won't fuss too much. Thanks. I'll be down in a minute. Just give me the crutches so I can acclimate to them a bit before I have to go down the stairs. Okay, and I'll make you something really light for lunch since you're feeling sick. Thanks, Mom. You're great. Do let me know if you need any help. I will. She hands me a pair of metal crutches. All of it is nicely rounded and polished with no sharp edges anywhere to be found. The handle, the armrest, the bottom, all those parts are finished off with a layer of rubber for both comfort and better grip. Just holding it, I can already tell that this thing is really steady. This will be a big help. I hope it will. I spared no expense. Please tell me you didn't break the bank buying it. Don't be silly. I know how to manage my money. I'm not going to buy something that is out of budget. Good. I still need to feel guilty about her getting an ungodly expensive pair for me. That would really suck. Mom hangs around for a few moments more, watching me with a big smile on her face as I use the crutches for the first time, getting myself up from the chair on my own and standing on my own 3 feet. These are great. I feel really steady. Oh, so glad to hear. Is it comfortable? Yeah, the handles are very soft and grippy. I don't think that'll be a problem even if my hands were to get sweaty. Good. I'll be waiting for you downstairs. I'll get started on lunch. Thanks. Huh. Kind of sucks that even the enthusiasm over the crutches has to be marred right now. I'm just glad Mom showed up before I spiraled even worse. Just lock it all inside and far, far away. For better or worse, I'll have to deal with it on Monday. At least I have some time to steel myself before then. For now, though, man, being able to walk around on my own is great, even if this thing is inconvenient and I'm really slow using it. Even a little bit of independence is better than nothing. My whole body already felt weak from being stuck in a bed for so long. I'll be taking this thing everywhere. First stop, downstairs. Actually, no. First stop, the bathroom. An hour later. The idle sounds of some kind of random TV show are only barely enough to drown away the constant buzzing of my thoughts shooting around at the light speed in my head. Every now and again I hear one clink or another coming from the kitchen as Mom works on making lunch. I'm not gonna lie, it smells pretty amazing. My stomach was all tied up in knots earlier, but I'm starting to feel hungry again just by being downstairs and smelling it. Every now and again the idle bad thought comes, but it's much easier to chase away by starting a random conversation with Mom in the kitchen or fiddling with my phone. Being locked up in that hospital room all day, every day by myself wasn't good for my mental health. If it weren't for Aki basically forcing his way in there to keep me company, I'd have gone insane. What is that you're watching, sweetie? Mom's voice echoes softly from the kitchen, calling my attention away from my idle daydreams. This? I don't know, actually. I'm not really paying attention. Then why do you have it on? I like the noise. The noise, huh? You're so much like your father. I am? Huh. I sneak a quick glance in the direction of our little shrine, seeing its doors half open, something that is already plenty rare in this house. They only ever left open when Mom is home, mostly because it's always made me a little uncomfortable and I wasn't always too sure why. As I got older, staring at that picture of my dad just creeped me out. Something about it made me uneasy and I would constantly close the doors on it until it became a habit. So I'm not about to get up with a pair of crutches just to go close that door. It'd be ridiculous. Mom? Yes, sweetie? What was Dad like? I hear the sound of plates falling on the kitchen counter, instinctively looking back to see if anything was wrong. Thankfully, nothing seems to be broken, at least from my vantage point. However, Mom stands frozen on her spot, her back turned to me. What your dad was like? That's the first time you've talked about him in years. Yeah. Mom wipes down the counter, putting the plate she dropped back in place before walking to the living room, taking a seat right next to me. For some reason, I instinctively adjust myself on the couch. You were only 6 when he died. What do you remember about him? Not that much, actually. I remember he was the one who taught me how to play tennis. I remember him always being busy. He never had time to play with me because he was always at work. Actually, I remember the times he wasn't there more than I do the times he was. How messed up is that? Well, your dad did work quite a lot, so I can understand that. I only wish you boys could have gotten to know him better. Second, water time. Alright, guys and gals, and we are back. Let's go ahead and jump back into it, shall we? Okay. I mostly feel bad for Aki. At least I remember him a little. Aki doesn't at all. Yes. So, I'm sorry if it's sudden, but I'm a bit curious. What kind of man was Dad like? So, let me plug this thing in. So what is that? Okay, yep, that is my power cord. Plug this in. Okay, we're good. Alright, let's do it. So, I'm sorry if it's sudden, but I'm a bit curious. What kind of man was Dad like? Let's see. He was very much like you. Like me? Your father was quite popular in school. He was very smart and likable, even if he could be a little dense at times. I had a crush on him since our second year of middle school. I even thought for sure I'd confessed to him and been rejected during our third year, yet the goof apparently hadn't noticed I had confessed at all. He didn't even know I liked him till well into our senior year of high school. What? Seriously? That sounds exhausting! Oh, I'm sure it was. At the time, at least. Nowadays, I only remember it fondly. Your father was very dense. It could be exasperating at times, but in the end, it only made me love him more. Whenever he did something that hurt me or anyone else, you always knew he didn't mean it. He had no malice in him at all. That strikes uncomfortably close to home. I'm sure if I told my friends about it, they'd all unanimously agree that that's me. Really, I could never understand how someone so smart could be so stupid at the same time. It was a wonder to see. I feel personally attacked. It's alright, sweetie. If your friends are anything like Ken's were, then they could never hold a grudge. I wonder about that. How many times must I have hurt them by being oblivious? Only now do I know that June has had feelings for me for a while. And because I couldn't tell at first, he ended up hurt. I would much rather be like Aki. He's really good at picking up on what other people think and feel. Annoyingly good, in fact. Little shit was already hinting at June and I being a thing before I even knew June had feelings for me. I swear, I don't know how he does it, but it's downright scary at times. I must have gotten it from Mom, because it seems like he definitely didn't get it from Dad. And I'm not like that either, so... What did Dad do? For work, I mean. He was a public servant. He was working at the Department of Health before he passed. Your father was a bit of a workaholic. I got pregnant with you far earlier than we intended, and he began working double shifts to provide for us. I rarely had time to finish college. You were only a year old when I graduated. Oh, sorry. Don't apologize, sweetie. I don't regret it at all. It might have been difficult, but I wouldn't trade that time I had with you for anything in this world. Neither was your father, I'm sure. Was Dad excited to have me? Oh, honey, your father was in love with you even before you were born. For months, you were all he could talk about. I wonder if Yuichi will like sports. I wonder if he'll grow up big and strong. I have to make sure he's taken care of. Your father loved children. In fact, I'm pretty sure the days he found out I was pregnant of you and Aki were the happiest days of his life. Dad was that kind of guy, huh? I do seem to remember him smiling a lot. He never had free time to spend with me, but the few times that he did, I remember him smiling and playing around with me a bunch. I remember him holding me in his arms when I was sick and sad, consoling me when Mom was tired. I remember him talking to me about how much he loved tennis and how he dreamed of making a career out of it. I used to idolize him way back then. Actually, I don't think I ever really dealt with his death all that much. When he died, Aki was almost born. Dad would keep telling me how I was going to be an older brother soon and would have to look out for Aki. So, once he died, I did everything I could to just do that. To do just that. Did you know Yuichi can be written with a lot of different kanji? Your father agonized over which one to choose for you. He did? Mom nods, reaching her hand to stroke my cheek. And how did he choose? In the end, he decided to use the kanji of you for gentle, kind, tender, excellent. He hoped you'd grow up to become big and strong, yes, but he also hoped you'd be kind and gentle, someone who wouldn't hesitate to help others when they needed. I'd say he was right on the money, wouldn't you? That's... Wow. I don't even know what to say. Thanks, Dad. What about Aki? Well, by the time we found out I was carrying Aki, we could already tell you were a gentle, talented boy, but you did seem to be just like your dad. So we wished for a little brother that could look out for you just as much as you looked out for him. Aki for bright, Yoshi for reason. A little brother who's both smart and reasonable. That sounds like Aki. Right? How lucky are we that you both turned out just as we hoped? You boys are the very blessings we prayed for. I'm glad to hear that. Oh, but make no mistake. He could be very strict when needed. You might have been a good kid, but you were still very rowdy. He needed to discipline you more than once. For the first 6 years of your life, I was a housewife. Being able to stay home with you every day was a blessing, but it was also very challenging. I was often just as tired as Ken was when he'd get home. He never held it against me, though. He'd come home from work and would immediately spring into his role as your father, taking care of anything that still needed to be taken care of. Spending time with you, helping with your homework. He sounds like a great father. It's a shame I don't remember much of it. He really was. Although, I kind of feel like I have to ask, did you never move on from him? Move on? You know, I've never seen any other guys around or heard about you dating again. Oh. I hardly have time for that. Even if I wanted to, I'm far too busy with my work for that. So you're not just saying single because of him, are you? I won't lie to you, your father was the love of my life. I'm sure I could love again if I tried to, but he would always be my first and would always be near and dear to my heart. Death of a partner, it's not something you move on from all that easily. Even if you do, it's something you never forget. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and pause it right there, y'all. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon, YouTube memberships if you can. It always helps. Anyway, I love you all, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye!